Where's my blue sky? Oh, there's my blue sky. Come on, blue sky. Come this way. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the lovely Wastwater and another day out in the landscape. It's taken me a little bit of time to settle, find a composition, find a view. I came here for sunrise. That was laughable. The sunrise was supposed to be, I think it was 6:30 in the morning. And at 6:30 this morning, it was chucking it down with rain. The car is parked over there, and I was just sat in the car listening to the rain drumming on the roof. But now it is a little bit later in the morning. Let's have a look and see how late. 7:09. So it's half an hour after sunrise, and I've got a patch of blue sky behind me. So what I've decided to do is to chance it and to see whether that patch of blue sky does anything for me on the view down there, down the bottom end of the lake. Now, what I've done, as I say, is I've settled on a composition, but I've put the camera quite low to the water. And the reason for me doing that is to actually reduce the impact of the water. With the camera quite high up, I ended up with quite a large expanse of water between these foreground rocks and the mountains in the background. Lowering the camera has created the illusion, if you like, that the water distance is actually it's a lot shorter. I think what I might do is I might demonstrate that on the video camera. So hold on. I can't zoom in on this Osmo, but effectively my view is sort of there to there-ish. And then I'm using these rocks here in the foreground to hopefully lead the eye up to the valley beyond, which is now shrouded in low cloud. But hopefully from here, I mean, this is normal, my normal head height. Hopefully you can see there's quite a significant distance between that, nice pointy rock here in the midground to the fells beyond. So if I lower the camera, let's come down, come down, come down. So clearly I'm going to zoom in. All this foreground gumph is gone, and I will probably raise the camera. Let's raise the camera up a little bit. There we go. Sort of do that. But can you see how the distance between this pointy rock and the fells in the distance has become a lot smaller in the frame? And if I stand back up again, hopefully you can see the difference. Right, I'm going to go back down. It makes a significant difference. But it just removes, well, for me anyway, it removes reduces a blank and uninteresting area between, all this foreground interest and then what's going on in the background. And hopefully, what I'm hoping is that the shape of this rock echoes, I think that's Kirkfell there. I'll stick it in the caption if I've got it wrong. Great Gable is in the distance, shrouded in cloud. Then you've got Scafell Pike over on the far right. But what I'm hoping is that the light that I've got behind me, I'm just going to turn the camera around. So, blue sky. Oh my gosh. What I'm hoping is that blue sky there will increase, and it will actually create me some light over here. So that's what I'm now going to stand and wait for. Although, do what I might do. I might have a play with some long exposures whilst I'm waiting for that. But that's my plan. Wait for some light. You'll find out whether I get it or not. You know, I was talking about that blue sky behind me. It's still behind me. And I have been stood here now for a good half an hour, maybe even 45 minutes. And I have to admit, I've had my feet in the water and my feet are really starting to get quite cold. So I don't think it's going to happen. It's fine, right? It's frustrating. It really is frustrating. But let me just talk you through what I was doing. I'm just going to spin you around. So you can see my camera setup down there. So still low to the water. I'm using my tilt-up eyepiece so that it just makes it slightly easier to use. I'm using my 28-70 lens on sort of 40 odd mil. I have got a 3-stop graduated filter at the front, a 6-stop ND at the back, and I'm also using a polarizer just to help remove some of the glare off these foreground rocks. It's marginal, but it does make a difference, so it's worth doing. And in terms of my settings and setup and so forth, let's see if we can, where's the eyepiece? There's the eyepiece. There's my composition. I am f8 focusing on this larger rock here, and I was getting an exposure time of roughly 30 seconds. I was in I was in aperture mode to begin with, and I was looking at this cloud movement up here. Wasn't really very strong, so I actually had a bit of latitude in the histogram, so I went into manual again, selected f8 in the camera and then used my cable release here to extend the shutter time to 60 seconds, and that gave me, it's a reasonable result. Get on the LCD. As you can see, I'm in black and white mode, and that's what I got, which is, it's reasonable. I want to say it's making the best of a bad job. That's slightly unfair, but these are the conditions that I've got. It's moody, it's grey, it's grungy, so black and white kind of suits. And it's worth noting that even though the image on the LCD is black and white, when I get it onto the computer, it will actually be in full colour, and then I can play with the black and white as I see fit. I don't think the light's going to happen. I think this is the time to say, do you know what? You've done what you can do, Hugh. And I have to admit, my tummy is starting to rumble. Breakfast is calling. The hope of blue light, the hope of blue sky, blue light, creating some light on the scene in front of me isn't going to happen. So it's time to call it quits. I know when to say the opportunity has passed. Go and get some breakfast. Warm up a little bit, actually. It's quite chilly today. And head back out a bit later on, hopefully when weather conditions have picked up. So, slightly odd video in terms of waiting for the light, but hopefully slightly informative. And if anything, just watching some dramatic scenery, which is what the Lake District is fabled for. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. And I shall see you next time when I'm out in the landscape exploring. Until then, take good care, stay safe, stay well. Bye for now.